team here with the Withrow Marching Band helping out with the homecoming festivities here as the Lady Surge won big. Started off slow, but this is a huge, huge game for the confidence of Cincinnati State. Last time these two teams played, they lost 80-79 at Lakeland. And Tom, Cincinnati State has lost all 7 of their games by a total of 34 points. And that just shows you how close they've been. And they've been devastated with injuries. And the big difference is Thomas Jackson and Jamel Ivory will be here for this game to play against Lakeland where they didn't the first time.
Yeah, you're looking at a Lakeland team that's won 11 games in a row, 7-0 in the league. They're averaging 93 points a game, which is 5th in the country. Their scores, all 5 starters are in double figures. Obviously a very talented team, but same breath, you said they only beat them by 1 up there, and now we've got Thomas Jackson and Jamal Ivory back in the lineup, a lot healthier than we were then, and I think right now this game may not have a bearing on who wins the league, but it's going to have a bearing when tournament starts because they're going to put it in their mind that, you know, you're coming back to our place for the tournament.
Absolutely.
We knock you off today. Like you said, it's a confidence builder for Cincinnati State without a doubt.
What a great crowd it is here today. This is probably one of the biggest crowds we've had, and it's exciting. Homecoming, what a great job Tom Hathaway has done here at Cincinnati State, and Nick Nove doing a great job too. And Lakeland comes in with an 18-4 record. They won the other night 79-72 over Columbus, but Tom, they're currently ranked 11th, and they're a back-to-back defending district tournament champions. So that's saying a lot for where Lakeland is right now. Yeah,
like I said, very balanced team, and I'm curious to see Cincinnati State. You know, this is it. This is their season right here because this is where they're going to prove a point that, you know, we started out slow. They lost 4 one-point games in a row at one point. Edison, Lakeland, Owens. And there was one more. I thought there was a one-pointer. Maybe not. Maybe it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
But I think today this is their chance to say, okay, we've got our guys now. Now we're ready to go. You're on our home turf. And this is where they can say we're still the best team in this league.
So we're introducing some of the starters here, and that is number 3, which is going to be Marcus Fleming. And we're going to have number 1, and that is Medley. And we have number 11, which is Banton. And number 12 is Oliver. And here comes the big boy right here that set a record for the school at number 15. And that is Richard Smith, who is a guy that's a shot blocker. So we're going to have to really watch him today. And here the Cincinnati State Surge is, I'm sure it's going to be most of the same starting lineup. And there he is coming up as the big boy, Thomas Jackson.
Yeah, Thomas Jackson is obviously he was their leading scorer when he got hurt, and it is good to have him back. He came back at Edison the other night in a win, and he had 22 points, and they won by 22. So very important piece to this team going down the stretch.
So Winston Grays also is a starter here with Thomas Jackson. I think they said Marsden is starting.
And Devontae
Smith, and then the other one is going to be Nick Robertson.
Yeah, and, you know, I know they played at Edison the other night, and it was Devontae Smith with 15, Winston Grays with 17, but they shot 10 of 15 from three-point land, Cincinnati State did, 67%. So it's something that is a live or die, really. But the free throw line has been their Achilles heel at times, and the first time these teams met, they were 4 for 12. And we'll see if they can improve on that. Lakeland also missed 15 free throws in that first matchup.
Looks like jumping center will be Smith for Lakeland, and for Cincinnati it'll be Marsden. We're getting ready to start this game, and should be a barn burner as Cincinnati lost the first meeting 80-79, and we're getting ready to start this game. And it's going to be controlled out of bounds. It's going to be white ball. It was tipped out of bounds by Lakeland. It'll be Cincinnati's basketball. And look for Thomas Jackson to start it right off, Tommy.
Yeah, you know, not only can he score whenever he wants, he was the leading assist guy. He's number 11 in the country in assists, I believe, and at 5.9. So having him back in the lineup is just huge.
And he's being guarded by Fleming. And there's going to be Devontae Smith driving to the basket, throws it off the glass, no good. Martin with the rebound. He loses control of it, turns around, throws up a left-handed shot, puts it up and in. It's a good start by Cincinnati, and they have an early 2-0 lead. And bringing it up will be Fleming. Fleming has it since they've been a man-to-man. Fleming gives it over to Banton. Banton gives it back to Medley. Medley kicks it in the corner. Cincinnati's going to be in that man-to-man. It's going to be Medley. Medley gives it up to Banton. Banton. And firing up a three-point shot. It is no good. Air ball by number 12, and that was Oliver. So good start here early for Cincinnati, 2-0.
Yeah, and it's good to see Marsden get that offensive rebound in there because that's something that was lacking early on was his aggressiveness. And every game I think he gets more and more aggressive.
And Winston Grays has it on the wing. Again, Lakeland's going to be in a man-to-man. Thomas Jackson has it at the top of the key to Martson. Martson looking inside, nothing there. Going to dribble off to his left, gives it to Grays, who pulls up, throws up a shot. He kind of short-armed it, but tipped up and in by Marsden. And Cincinnati has a quick 4-0 lead. Coming down the other way is going to be Fleming. Gets it over. They throw it inside to Banton. Banton gives it to Medley. Medley's going to drive inside the line. He gets it stolen.
Steal.
Martson has it, and he's going to turn around and flip it to Thomas Jackson. And Jackson got fouled, and I believe it's going to be on 11. Tom, what I'm liking here in this early stages is Cincinnati is just showing that they're ready to play.
Yeah, no question about it. And the one thing they're doing, and Coach talked about it, they did it at Edison the other night, they did it at Sinclair, is they come out in a zone. And he said, I'll let the couple guys score their double figures, but we want to keep that fourth and fifth guy out of double figures.
Jackson's going to give it in to Devontae Smith, and he might have got it blocked, but it's going to be a steal. Oh, but the ball's on the ground. A nice job by Nick Robinson. Gives it over to Jackson. Graves turns around, throws a three. Goal!
Yeah!
How about that? And I'm telling you what, they're feeling it here, and the crowd is loving it as well.
Boy, Winston didn't even hesitate on that one.
Fires up a three-point shot. Good. How about that one?
Nice
Medley,
answer.
He's going to answer with a three-pointer is Banton. 7-3 our score, 17:48 to go here in this first half. Again, homecoming festivities here at Cincinnati State with a big, big crowd here. Thomas Jackson has it, gets it, spins off to his right. Gives it up to Graves. Graves going to fire up another three. He got fouled and makes it! How about that?
Look at the emotion, man. That's what you like to see. When Winston starts like this, it's going to be fun.
Foul's going to be on number 15, and that's on Richard Smith. That could be big, Tom.
Yeah, like you said, he's number 2 in the country in block shots, and he was trying to pick up another one there. Unfortunately, he got a little arm.
Winston Graves will be on the line to complete a three-point play. Graves free throw, good. And Cincinnati up big here early, 11-3. And bringing the ball up will be Fleming for Lakeland. Cincinnati now, Tom, they're in a man-to-man.
Yep.
Kind of switching it up a little bit. Get it down in the corner. They get it inside. And off the glass, up and in. Nice pass, entry pass into number 11, and that's Banton. And he's scored here both baskets. 11-5. 17:07. So, Tom, see if he does go back to that 2-3 zone.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yep.
And see, these are the fouls that they can't afford to pick up, especially with their big men. And Marsden picks up one trying to set a pick. And the problem was, I think Jackson started driving before Marsden had set his feet.
11-5, 17:03 to go here in this first half. A big, big conference game here for Cincinnati to get back in kind of the thick of things and make a statement here. Get it down in the corner to Oliver. Oliver's going to drive all the way, and he got fouled as he was going to the basket. Foul's going to be on Thomas Jackson. That'll be his first. So on the line will be number 12, Charles Oliver.
And like we talked about earlier, Dan, is that Lakeland may be undefeated. They got a 4-game lead over Cincinnati State right now in the league. But Cincinnati State's still playing for a lot, right? If they win today, they're in the number 3 slot for the league tournament at this point. I know there's still 4 games left, but, I mean, that's a big thing to keep Lakeland the top team on the other side of the bracket.
Absolutely. Oliver comes in averaging 18.6 points per game, leading scorer for them, and he only makes 1 of 2 free throws. And it was Devontae Smith with a rebound, and Thomas Jackson. You know what? It just looks funny with Thomas Jackson in there. confidence level was a lot different,
no
They weren't real sure of themselves of what's going on. Jackson's going to drive all the way in, lose control of the basketball. He gets it back, throws up a shot. He got fouled.
Another
and that
one.
might be on Smith.
Yep. And you know what? I don't know if that was a foul.
Yep, that's going to be on Smith. He's going to have to sit for a while.
And Jackson jumped into him, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The foul was called. So 2 early on Richard Smith, the nationally ranked shot blocker for Lakeland.
And Thomas Jackson will be on the line to shoot 2 shots. Free throw on away, good.
I actually thought that when Thomas drove, that was more of a foul than what the Smith one was.
Yeah. Chaz Rollins will check in, 6'6" sophomore from Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Jackson on the line for a second free throw. Makes it automatic for Thomas Jackson. Cincinnati up here 13-6 with 16:30 to go in this first half. And it'll be Fleming. Fleming has it. It's going to be a charge. He lowered his shoulder.
Nick Robertson, shockingly enough, takes the charge.
And that'll be the first on Fleming.
Good job by Nick moving his feet.
So Cincinnati taking the ball out of bounds, and they get it to Thomas Jackson. And really, Tom, you can just really see as we said on the earlier trip down, the confidence level that Cincinnati has, a little bit more bounce in their step.
Yeah, and I tell you, Wednesday they should get O'Brien Hobbs back, and he was another one that picked up a lot of the scoring load when Thomas was out.
And O'Brien Hobbs is injured. And Jamel Ivory also did not play in that game. Robinson has it, gets it into Marsden. Marsden, left-handed shot up and in. Nice power move by Marsden.
6 points for Kershawn Marsden right now, and we're seeing a completely different player in the number 35 uni.
Absolutely. Got the ball to Medley. He gets it inside. And they swing it around and fake three-pointer, and then he's going to pump up and throw up another one. It is no good, and that last shot was by Oliver. And Cincinnati quickly coming down the other way, up 15-6. Thomas Jackson almost lost it, brings it back. He had Marsden down the middle, didn't see him. Man-to-man by Lakeland. 23 on the shot clock. Cincinnati up here 15-6. Jackson goes off to his right. He's got 16 on the shot clock. Gives it to Winston Graves.
Nice
Gets
look.
it inside to Robinson. Oh, he missed it. And could not put it in, but a great look. What was he doing? And the guy throws it all the way down court. Did he see? What was he doing?
I'm not sure.
It's like he almost thought the shot clock or something was going off. And Jamal Ivory's going to check back into the ball game. And how about Tyler Fischel, too, as well, Tom? He's been playing very well as well.
Yeah, no question. And he's one of those guys, if he can hit that little 10, 11-foot jump shot in that lane area, he's been so dangerous. His shooting percentage is high, and he's a very good free throw shooter.
So Thomas Jackson bringing the ball up the court for Cincinnati up here 15-6, under 15 minutes to go here in this first half. Jackson has nowhere to go. He's going to have to give it up.
Got to give it up. There you go.
He's going to give it to Winston Graves. Graves being guarded heavily by Medley. He's going to spin off to his right. Behind his back, he's going to take it all the way in, pulls up, throws up a little jumper, no good. Tipped up and around, and it's going to be controlled by Rollins. Quickly is Fleming coming down the other way. Gets it inside and fouled and put it up and in.
2 on Marsden.
Is going to be on Banton.
That's a rough foul right there. That's going to send him to the bench, and I'm not sure who's coming in.
Kevin Marshall. I thought he kicked him off the team. Guess he's back.
Okay. Wow.
So on the line will be Banton, and Banton's free throw is no good. It's rebounded by Tyler Fischel. So Kevin Marshall had a couple game hiatus, is apparently back on the team and is in the ball game now. Winston Graves gets it on the wing, man-to-man by Lakeland. Marshall has it up top, flips it back to Thomas Jackson. Jackson goes into the key, takes it all the way up, gets fouled, no shot, or shot was no good, and quickly it's Fleming coming down the other way. Fleming's going to give it up, a deep three-point shot. Good! How about that?
Number 1, Medley.
Medley's going to put it in, and what about that, Tommy?
That was from way downtown. That was a good 5 feet behind the three-point line right there.
And, Tom, they average around 90 points or so a game, so they only you say had 80 points against Cincinnati in that first time. But again, think about that. They were minus a lot of guys, Cincinnati, and almost ended up pulling that victory out.
Yeah, no question. And I think right now that the thing that it worries me is that foul on Marsden right there. It's almost like in a game like this, you're better off giving away that layup right there and not picking up that second foul. But, it's hard to say don't be aggressive. But early on, I think that's one that you might want to just let go.
So Cincinnati tried to avenge a loss they had earlier in the season, 80-79 to Lakeland. But, Tom, a crowd here is just phenomenal.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
One of the biggest crowds that we've had here.
I'd say since John Williamson was here, it's one of the biggest ones.
Him and Kenny Hayes. Graves gives it back to Fischel. Fischel gives it to Robinson. Robinson back to Fischel now. Fischel gives it up high to Thomas Jackson. 15-11 our score. Cincinnati up on Lakeland here with 13:52 to go in this first half. Give it to Ivory. Back over to Thomas Jackson. They got 16 on the shot clock. Jackson.
Nice
kick it over to Ivory. Ivory sets his feet, throws up a three-pointer. No good. Fisher with the rebound. No good. Tries it again. No good. And could not put the basket in. And quickly Lakeland coming down. Going to give it up to number 34, and that is Rollins. He's going to put it up and in. And quickly it's a one-point ball game. We can give it up now to Fischel. Fischel.
Oh, don't
take
charge.
It all the way in, and there's going to be a charge call on Fischel.
Yeah, that's too easy of a call to make right there. You can't put yourself in that position right there. You got to pull up and take that jump shot.
15-13. Cincinnati kind of got up to that big lead at 15-6, but Lakeland's answered on a 7-0 run to make it 15-13. I think it favors Cincinnati to have a low-scoring game instead of a high-scoring game.
Oh, no question about it. Especially with the depth that Lakeland has. They've got 5 or 6 guys that can score in double figures.
What do we got here?
They got a foul on Ivory. Ivory and Fleming have been going at it here for the last minute or so.
So that'll be the first foul on Ivory.
So that's another silly foul right there. You can't afford to pick up those kind of fouls in a game like this.
Lakeland taking the ball out of bounds. Get the ball inside.
Good job.
Banton's shot was no good. Tipped up and around by Lakeland, and it is put in. And I believe that is Rollins 34. That put it in. And they're going to take it's going to be a 7. I hit a three-pointer there on them. It's going to be a 15-15 ball game.
There you go. Used his body well right there.
And Fischel's going to put it up and in.
Good job by Jamal Ivory on that drive. He used his body extremely well to keep the defender away from the ball.
So Cincinnati up here by 2 at 17-15. Cincinnati's playing that man-to-man. Tom, you a little surprised by that, Coach?
I am very surprised by that.
Coach told us that they were going to try to play a lot of 2-3 zone. Almost a foul on Rollins for swing, and there's a three-point shot.
Ooh,
good!
Nailed it.
How about that by number 1, Medley. Hits a three-pointer. And now they are up by 1 here at 18-17. This is going to be a barn burner, I think, Tommy.
And that's 6 points for Martell Medley out of Cleveland.
Ivory's going to give it back to Graves. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. Ivory tips it around. There's Fischel. He got pushed, and he puts it up and in.
Tyler Fischel quietly becoming one of the stars here for Cincinnati State the last, I'd say, almost a month.
Yeah. Bringing the ball will be Fleming. Again, Lakeland in the blue, Cincinnati in the all-white. And almost a steal by Cincinnati. They got 22 on the shot clock. Driving all the way. He walked with the basketball and lays it up and in. I cannot believe they didn't call a walk on that. So Fleming is the one that scores. Gray's going to give it up to Ivory. Ivory's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good three-pointer by Ivory, and Cincinnati up here by 2. And quickly coming down all the way, laying it up and in. How about quickness on that one?
Martell Medley again, now with 8 points.
And they're going to give it to Ivory. Ivory's going to pull up, throw it off the glass, shot no good. Marshall tips it around. Ball's on the ground, and they're fighting for it, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession, I believe, goes to Lakeland. It's like Robertson checking in, and also checking in will be number 2. That'll be Lionel Hill.
Good couple minutes for Marshall right there, who hasn't played in a few games. Thought he did a pretty good job right there.
And Body's going to check in for Lakeland. I remember him last year having a big game against us. I think he lit it up, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's a shooter.
Now Cincinnati looks like they are going to be in a zone, Tom. Is that correct?
Yep.
Like a matchup, or is it a 1-2-2? And they swing it around now. There's deep three-pointer. Good.
Are you serious?
How about that by Medley?
11 points for Martell Medley. Oh, my goodness.
Official's going to take it all the way down, kick it into Robinson. Robinson, pump fake. He got a shot blocked, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. Lakeland steps out of bounds. Nick probably should have just got it and put it up right away.
Right away, yep. Yeah, he allowed Chaz Rollins to kind of set his feet and get a better jump at the second one.
25-22 is our score. We're going to reset the shot clock.
Well, I'll tell you what, Martell Medley obviously has no limit to his range. His feet were beyond the end of the Surge logo on that shot.
Looks like Oliver's going to check back in, who is the leading scorer here for Lakeland. 25-22, Lakeland up on Cincinnati. We got the referees trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Bodie obviously not a huge factor this year. He's only averaging just over 2 points a game.
And Robinson's going to throw up a shot. Not a very good one. It goes off the side of the rim and controlled by Lakeland. And quickly coming down the other way is going to be Robinson. Robinson spins, tries to throw a bat, and it was out of control there.
Too fancy right there.
Checking back in will be Devontae Smith. Nick Robinson will check out. Official taking the ball out of bounds.
Going with a fairly small lineup right now, Cincinnati State, but a lot of offense on the floor right now for them.
Hill's going to give it into Official. Back to Hill now. Lionel Hill's going to flip it back to Thomas Jackson. 23 on the shot clock, 10:06. Hill's got it on the wing. Gets it to Official in the corner. Official gets it to Devontae Smith, who cuts to the basket and puts it in. How about that?
Devontae, strong move. Fouling Chaz Rollins on the inside for Lakeland, his first, but really strong move by Devontae Smith, knowing he was going to get hit. He went up strong and laid it in with his left hand.
Looks like Winston Graves is going to come in. Thomas Jackson's going to sit down for just a little bit of a breather. And I would imagine he's not going to sit too long there, Tom.
No, I'm sure he won't. You know, I did note the last two trips down the floor for Cincinnati State, they're double teaming Thomas Jackson to get the ball out of his hands.
So that's going to tie the score up here. Devontae Smith makes a three-pointer, 25-all. And Lakeland quickly coming down. They throw it down in a corner to Medley, who's been on fire. And Cincinnati, it's like they're back into a man-to-man, which is kind of surprising to both of us, Tom. Bodie has the basketball high at the top of the key. And getting the basketball out of control there. And they kick it on down low to Rollins. He's going to put it up and in.
How about that pass by Bodie right there? And that's 6 for Chaz Rollins early on.
Get the ball into Ivory. Ivory quickly breaks the press, gives it up to Winston Graves. Graves going to give it up and layup up. Shot no good by Devontae Smith. Thought he might have put it in, and quickly Lakeland coming down the other way, and it's going to be Medley. He's backing his way down. Rollins going to go in, up and in. How about that? Cincinnati's going to call a timeout. I think, Tommy, they might think about going to that back into a zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty effective, and I think right now you've seen them get out of position on defense 2 times now, and they've ended up getting layups out of it. So, yeah, it's something to think about, and, you know, you'd like to see Marsden back in the game, but with 2 fouls, I don't know. I think you might hold them out for a few more minutes and see how it goes.
So Cincinnati trailing here 29-25. Last time these 2 times met, Cincinnati lost 79 at Lakeland in the conference opener. But again, as you said, foul trouble is the problem here. Is Marsden is sitting on the bench with 2, and Smith for Lakeland sitting down with 2.
Well, right now Lakeland is they're showing us a little Cuyahoga right now, 12 of 16 from the field. So we saw Cuyahoga shoot 7% in the half against them, and Lakeland kind of doing the same thing right now, tearing it up inside, but hopefully they can withstand this little run and put together a run of their own before halftime.
29-25, 9:09 to go. Dan Albers, Tom Nancy, Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. Here on homecoming day here at very good pass. And bring it down, and it's Rollins who puts it up. So it's not
10 points for Rollins.
31-25, they're up 6. Get it into Thomas Jackson. And he's going to dribble in between two defenders, and they're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be on number 2, and that'll be on Robinson. That'll be his first. Checking back in will be Marshall. And I believe Jamal Ivory's going to come out. Cincinnati got off to that quick start, kind of slowed down just a little bit. Get it to Winston Graves now. Graves gets double teamed. Goes it over to official, and there's going to be a foul on Rollins, and that's going to be 2 on him.
Yeah, and Chaz comes in averaging 16 points a game. He's already got 10 and 5 rebounds. So that is a very big second foul right there on Chaz Rollins. And he'll probably join Richard Smith with 2 on the bench.
So checking in for the first time will be number 25, Chris Jeffries.
And that's one that I think the coach is just saying, you know, I love the aggressiveness, but you're 28 feet away from the basket on that. Just let him catch it. You know, it's not worth the foul.
So Tyler Fisher will be on the line, shooting a 1-on-1. Free throw's good.
All right. Tyler Fisher hits it. They're 5 for 5 from the free throw line as a team. And a lot of that will improve significantly with Thomas Jackson back in the lineup because he is automatic.
Fisher ready for his second free throw. Puts it in, so he makes both free throws. Makes it a 31-27 ball game. Cincinnati's going to go back again into a man. How quick is that Robinson?
That's Bodie.
Or Bodie. How quick is he? And they get it to Robinson now. Swings it out to Medley. Medley might shoot it from there, Tom.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they get it over. There's a three-pointer shot on the way. It is no good. Nice rebound by Winston Graves. Last shot was by Bodie. Graves going to take it all the way to the basket. He got fouled. Oh, and that was a late call, Tom.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to call it.
Foul is going to be on Bodie. That'll be his first. So Winston Graves will be on the line to shoot 2.
So Bodie, you mentioned his quickness, and he's actually their 3rd or 4th option at guard. So, I mean, they've got a lot of quickness, just a lot of athletic ability in that blue team.
Winston Graves leading the team in scoring at 15.6. He makes a free throw. Checking in will be Jamal Ivory. Fisher will check in. I think Coach doing a good job of mixing and matching, bringing guys in the ballgame, keeping everybody fresh.
Yeah, you're going to have to with this team because Lakeland can go 10 deep, 11 deep. So you've got to make sure everybody's rested and willing to give 100% out there.
31-29 our score here. 8:16 to go in this first half. And that is Medley, who's hit a couple deep throws. Excuse me, that's Bodie. Gives it into Robinson now. Robinson's going to drive. He ups up and under. He did not make it, and it's going to be Marshall with the rebound. Ivory's going to give it up to Winston Graves. Graves now is going to drive all the way, and he pulls up, floats in the air, and he got fouled.
Wow.
That was a great job by Graves. The foul's going to be on Jeffries, who just checked into the ball game. But that was a great job. He kind of knew when he went up for a shot, it might have got blocked. He kind of did a double pump, and as he let go of the ball, he got fouled, so he'll shoot 2.
So right now, Winston Graves is leading the way for Cincinnati State with 9 points. On the other end, Chaz Rollins with 10. And Martell Medley with 11.
Winston Graves also leads the teams in steals with 2.9. He's 10th in the nation in steals. 3-point shooting, he's at 45% at 62 for 137. Well, that changes, I guess, obviously today. And look at that, he misses it, but Thomas Jackson with the rebound. There's no foul on that. So Thomas Jackson loses control. It gets knocked out of his hands by Lakeland. It'll be stay with Cincinnati trailing by 1 at 31-30. Winston Graves, throws a bad pass, and it's going to be stolen by Lakeland. Coming down, they're going to give it up to Medley, who lays it up and in.
Well, Medley now 5 for 5 from the field, 13 points. He's doing some damage on Cincinnati State right now.
And they're going to put on a press, and it's going to be Ivory. He got hammered, and there's no call. Bodie's going to get the ball inside, basket up and in. How is there not a foul on that one is beyond me. And the last
took
basket
a lot of
was
contact
Robinson.
On that.
And Gray's going to run right through it. Going to take it all the way to the basket, throws a horrible pass. And
Man.
Robinson now coming down the other way. He's going to pull up, fire up a three-point shot, no good. He pushed off. Unbelievable. Get the ball down in the corner to number 12, and that's Oliver. Tell you what, refs missing a couple things there. Jeffries definitely pushed off. They didn't call it.
Yeah, no question about it. And then after he got the rebound, I thought he walked with the ball. But, yeah, Cincinnati State, some bad passes here early on in this game.
So Devontae Smith will check out of the ball game. Cincinnati's still going to stay in a man-to-man. Official back in too as well. Bodie with the basketball. Gives it over to number 12, and it's Oliver. Oliver's going to drive the basket.
Charge.
And they're going to call what?
Charge on number 12, Charles
Oliver. That's going to be Oliver. That'll be his first.
Yeah, he threw his elbow out right there at the end before he tried to go up for the shot.
And this press is beginning to be kind of a problem here for Cincinnati as they're keen on getting Thomas Jackson. Get it now to Official. Gives it over to Ivory. Ivory has it. Pulls it back out. Get it into Winston Graves. He's going to spin, turn.
He walked.
Going to take it up, and they said he walked with the basketball. Checking in, it'll be Devontae Smith. Cincinnati Trail here 35-30. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television, USBN Sports.
Yeah, Lakeland right now kind of doing to Cincinnati State what we're used to seeing Cincinnati State do to everybody else. They're making you rush down the court and take some shots before your teammates even get down the floor.
Bodie's going to bring it all the way down, take it all the way baseline, gets it inside to Jeffries, gets it knocked out of his hands. Thomas Jackson has it quickly coming down the other way. Going to give it up to Ivory. Ivory's going to take it all the way in, and he's going to. Oh,
no way!
You are kidding me!
That is a terrible call. I'm sorry. I give you the first one, but that one, no way.
That is
He
awful.
was not squared up. He was still moving. That's a bad call right there. And that's 2 fouls on Jamal Ivory, and that one he did not deserve. That player was nowhere near being set in position to take a charge.
Cincinnati trailing here 35-30. And Cincinnati's going to be in a man-to-man. Swing it over to Medley. Medley has it on a wing, being guarded by Jamal Ivory. Medley spins, gets it over. Wow. Shot. I can't believe that shot was by Rollins. It was no good. Thomas Jackson quickly coming down the other way. And he's going to take it to the basket. He got it knocked out of his hands.
Actually, Smith
goes
shot
out of bounds.
That was Richard Smith that shot that. Yeah. That was a little odd.
Was it Smith or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back into the game. Looks like we're going to have coming in for the first time that we have ever seen is C.J. Moreland will be checking in for Cincinnati. Get it down in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Good.
Number 12.
Three-pointer by Oliver, who is the leading scorer. And they are up now 8, Tom, at 38-30.
That gives him 6.
Get it to Marshall. He's going to fire one from the free throw line. It is no good. Ivory with the rebound. Get it to Thomas Jackson. I don't think Thomas has got just free throws, correct?
Yeah, 2 free throws.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Tell you what, that's 2 illegal picks out top for Cincinnati State big men right now. One on Marsden, one on Marshall. And, yeah, they're coming at Thomas Jackson. They want him to give the ball up. They don't want him scoring 25 against them. They're going to make sure that somebody else beats him. And right now, they got to withstand this little run here. You don't want to get it worse before halftime. Yep, yeah, that's on Moreland. He pounded his way through that.
So the foul's going to be on number 22, Moreland. That'll be his first. He just checked into the ballgame.
He'll be shooting. So Lakeland will go to the line. They've only shot 3 free throws. 1 for 3 so far.
Free throw's good.
So Oliver now with 7 points.
39-30. Lakeland starting to pull away just a little bit here in this first half. 11th in the country they are rated, and they make both free throws. So they're up 10 here, 40-30 with 5:18 to go in this first half. Devontae Smith coming all the way down, gets it down in the corner to Moreland. Moreland Gets the ball inside to Devontae Smith. Smith turns, throws up a shot off the front of the rim, no good. Cincinnati going cold here. And Medley has it at the top of the key. He's going to go off to his left. He gets double teamed and almost gets the ball back. And it is Fleming who's going to drive into the basket, but they carry the basketball, so it'll be a turnover by them. I think Cincinnati's going to have to go on a little bit of a run here to keep that confidence level going. Thomas Jackson's going to have to really start lighting it up here.
Yeah, you got to look for him to create his own offense here. But like right now, you're looking at it. They got two guys walking him down the floor. And he's getting a little frustrated, and he just needs to relax because it's not a big deal.
Devontae Smith takes it right to the basket. Good job by him. And he took it to, I thought it was Smith, but he wasn't in the game. And it's Medley. I'm going to call it on Moreland again.
So that's two quickly on C.J. Moreland. But, yeah, you couldn't get more obvious than what that last possession was. Thomas Jackson on the opposite side of the court and had two Lakeland guys in his face walking him down the floor, would not let him get the ball. So Oliver goes back to the line. He's 3 for 4.
Free throw's good. It's like Lionel Hill's going to check back in. He'll probably go in for Moreland. So going back to free throw to try to complete 2 free throws here is Oliver. Oliver's free throw is good. So he hits both of them. And checking back into the ballgame will be number 2, Deshaun Robinson.
So 10-point lead right now. It's time to right the ship for Cincinnati State.
You get the ball to Hill. Looks like they're going to still put on that pressure, and they're really denying the ball to Thomas Jackson. Get it to Devontae Smith. Smith's going to take it to the basket. He might have got a shot blocked, but Devontae Smith gets it back, throws up a shot off the side of the rim, no good. And quickly coming down the other way is going to be Lakeland. Driving all the way basket, nice block, and that was by Devontae Smith. Giving up to Fischel. Fischel's going to drive into the basket. He got fouled and putting it up and in. But there's going to be a foul, and foul's going to be on 3, and that's going to be Fleming. That'll be number 2.
Good job by Tyler Fischel right there, making sure his body was between the defender and the basket, forcing the foul.
And Tyler Fischel will be on the line to shoot 2. Free throw's good.
Boy, he's got a smooth stroke at the free throw line. And Cincinnati State right now, 10 of 11 from the free throw line.
Fischel ready for a second free throw.
Good. All right.
So he makes both, and it's still a 42-34 ball game. Cincinnati putting on some pressure. And I think this is Lakeland likes this stuff. Go ahead and press them is what they're probably thinking.
Yeah, I agree. They've got so much speed out there. I'm not sure that Cincinnati State has enough to give them pressure.
Steps back, fires up a 3. It is no good. And getting the rebound is number 25, and that was Jeffries. But looks like we're going to have a foul down low.
Nick Robertson.
That'll be his first.
Chris Jeffries goes to the line. No points so far.
It's like Marshall and Gray set the check in for Cincinnati. Free throw, no good.
Yeah, on the other end, it looks like you got Bodie and Rollins coming in. Rollins is going to come in for the shooter. And Rollins has 10 points, 5 rebounds, so he really hurt him earlier in the game.
You know, and all this is with Thomas Jackson really not being a factor here at all in his first half. In and out, he misses both free throws. Devontae Smith. Now, Cincinnati has to, like, convert on this side, Tom.
Yeah, no question.
Here they come up with that high screen. Jackson in between 2 defenders. Gets it down low to Fischel. Fischel powers his way, gets fouled. Good job by Fischel.
Love it. Love it, especially when you're that good of a free throw shooter You have got to attack the basket and force them to play you. That's a great move right there by Tyler Fischel, not settling for a fadeaway jump shot.
So they've got Fleming, Bodie, Smith, and Rollins all with 2 fouls. Fischel on the line. Makes a free throw.
So Tyler Fischel now with 9 points, 4 rebounds. Very good first half for him. He's 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. Both teams are shooting 2 the rest of the way.
Free throw on the way, good. So he makes both of them. That cuts it to a 6-point lead for Lakeland at 42-36. 3:32 to go here in this first half. Lakeland, they get it over to Rollins. Rollins almost went over and back. Get it back to Bodie. Oh, deep three-pointer by Medley. Good! Are you kidding me?
Wow. That's 16 points for Martell Medley. 12 of them from behind the arc.
There's a foul by number 2, and that's Robinson. That's going to be number, what do we got on him, 2?
Yeah, you're not gonna play Thomas Jackson with one guy. I'm sorry, and that's why they were being so effective by putting 2 guys on him, force him to give the ball up, and then drop back and play your defense the way they had it. They were doing a great job. If you let Thomas Jackson get going, it's trouble for Lakeland.
A rare miss by Thomas Jackson.
Miss.
Jackson ready for a second free throw.
Oh, my.
He missed both of them.
Look at this.
Winston Graves with the rebound. He throws up a shot. Not a very good shot by him. And quickly coming down, and Medley has it in the corner. Give it up to Rollins. Going to give it back. Lays it up on the other side. No good. And Thomas Jackson's going to get it. Going to give it up to Devontae Smith as he's going to the basket. He lost control of the basketball.
And went off his leg. I don't think I ever remember Thomas Jackson missing 2 free throws in a row.
Absolutely not. Cincinnati putting on a little bit of press, but they're going to fall back into a zone in a 1-2-2. Cross court, and fighting for it is going to be Bodie. He's going to give it up to Medley. I'm surprised he didn't shoot it there, Tom. Tries to throw it in and going into the basket. No foul call, but laying it up and in is going to be number 11, and that is Benton.
And Benton now has 9 points himself.
47-36, Lakeland up, trying to stay undefeated in the league. Thomas Jackson's going to take it all the way in. Got his shot blocked, gets it back, shot no good. And fighting for it is going to be Lakeland, and they got some numbers all the way down the court. Taking it all the way, laying it up and in. Cincinnati's going to have to call a timeout, Tom.
Well, I tell you what, Medley is tearing it up. He is 7 for 8 from the field. 18 points for Martell Medley.
So Thomas Jackson obviously not been a big factor here in this game at all, and trailing 49-36. Winston Graves, Cincinnati started off very hot in this first half, but really has cooled down a lot. Jackson flips it over to Graves. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. And getting the rebound is going to be Rollins. Cincinnati's having a lot of trouble scoring a basket.
Yeah, you're down 13 with a minute and a half to go. You need a couple stops here before halftime.
3-pointer on the way.
And
good. And that ain't going to help. And they are up big here. 52-36.
Well, they're 7 of 12 from three-point land, Lakeland.
Kind of got the crowd a little bit quiet now. They kind of fired up there at 106. Gray's going to have. He's going to take it all the way in, up, under, and it falls in. So it kind of breaks the drought there a little bit for Cincinnati, but still trailing 52. Watch them to shoot it again, Tom.
Boy, they just go, don't they? They get the ball and they go.
And it's going to be saved. It looks like Cincinnati. And Thomas Jackson's going to pull up. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. And good box out by Lakeland. And they're coming down the other way, and it's going to be Medley. And it's going to be a kick ball.
Thomas Jackson's a little frustrated, and you got to give credit to number 2, Deshaun Robinson for Lakeland, who's been on him most of the game. He's done a very good job of getting the ball out of his hands and forcing the other guys to make shots and make drives.
So we're at 40 seconds to go here in this first half. Cincinnati trailing 52-38. And they give the ball to Bodie, who will be bringing the ball up the court for Lakeland. Going off to his left, Cincinnati man-to-man. He crosses over, dribbles all the way in, pulls it back out now to Robinson. Gives it back up high to Medley. Medley being guarded by Grace. Medley has it at the top. There's probably about 11-second differential on the shot clock and the game clock. Medley has it. Gets it inside, and it's going to power his way up and in. How about that? Is number 25, Jeffries. And Lakeland has a big lead here at 54-38. Gray's going to take it all the way in, and he did not make it. And the ball is going to be Gray's. He's going to save it. He fires up a three-point shot, and it goes in! It goes in.
Nice way to end the half. Winston Gray's on a hustle play where he was 10 feet out of bounds, comes back in, gets the ball and gets a shot off right before the buzzer. And I'll tell you what, they needed that 3 points badly.
Absolutely. So Cincinnati really struggling here. They started off hot but are struggling. Cincinnati trailing here 54-41. And, Tom, they're going to have to come out and play much better in the second half.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to get Thomas Jackson going. I think that's a key. I'm not saying he's got to score 20 points, but I think he's frustrated out there. I think they got to find a way to get him the ball and get him freed up a little bit when they double team. But Marsden's got to make a big contribution in the second half. He sat most of the first, and I think him and Devontae Smith are going to have to take over the middle a little bit.
So our score here at halftime is 54-41. We got homecoming festivities happening now, so we'll take a break and we'll be back right after this. Had the halftime festivities were the homecoming. They announced the king and queen, and they had a United States Army veteran that was named as the king, so it's pretty cool to have that. But Tom, saying all that, Cincinnati's got a lot of work to do here, down 54-41 here at half.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with some serious firepower because Lakeland, very balanced, and they got a lot of weapons. Cincinnati State, I don't know. Their shooting is 8 of 28 from 2-point and 4 of 8 from 3-point. So they're going to have to pick it up a little bit. They're missing a lot of shots on the inside for Cincinnati State leading away. Winston Graves with 15. Tyler Fisher with 10. The big story, Thomas Jackson only 2 points, both on free throws.
Yeah, that's not going to – we thought that he was going to be a big factor in this game, and so far he has not. Not saying that he won't, but they've really got to get him on track. And I think Lakeland's doing a great job of double-teaming him to not let him get the ball or bring the ball up the courts. And I think that's causing problems for Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, they blatantly had 2 guys on him, so he couldn't even get the ball on the inbounds play and left the other guy wide open. So they definitely do not want Thomas Jackson to be the one that's going to beat them. And, you know, they're shooting lights out. They're 14 of 20 from 2-point and 7 of 13 from 3-point land, and led easily by Martell Medley with 18 points. Unbelievable right now. 7 of 8 from the field. Chaz Rollins with 10 and Charles Oliver with 10. So they're pretty balanced. So like you said, Dan, Cincinnati State's going to have to come out, and they're going to have to come up with some serious firepower to stay with this team.
So Cincinnati will get the ball starting the second half, and it is going to get to Thomas Jackson. Looks like, Tom, they're going into a – what are they in there? 2-3 zone or a matchup? Is it a matchup?
2-3.
And Devontae Smith drives all the way to the basket, puts it up and in. So you like the way that they attacked there to start the second half.
Boy, you see the Withrow band leaving, Dan. They played one time.
That's a disappointing. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with Lakeland. That's disappointing for that.
Yeah, that's a trip that they probably shouldn't have made.
54-43 our score. And Lakeland taking the ball out of bounds. Almost 5-second call. They did not get it. And it is Banton who's got the ball. He's going to pull up, throw up a shot. It is no good, and it's going to be Marston with the rebound. They quickly get it down to Devontae Smith. He's going to lay it up and in, and that's just kind of how they wanted to start this second half. 54-45. Cincinnati, Tom is still in that man-to-man. Kind of surprising. We didn't think that they would do that.
Hey.
And he walked with the basketball, and he tried to jam it, and he got fouled by Thomas Jackson.
Yeah, and they're going to need big-time contribution on the inside from Marsden right now. He's going to have to kind of take over the inside against Richard Smith, on the other end.
So on the line will be Banton shooting 2 shots. Free throw's good.
And he's the first Lakeland player besides Charles Oliver to make a free throw.
Banton, free throw, good. So he hits 2 free throws, and they're up 56-45.
He was holding him. He had his arm on his back.
Yeah, that's what Thomas Jackson was saying, and they didn't call it. So Sensei takes the ball out of bounds on the side. Get it to Grays. Trying to trap. Grays gets right out of it. Gets it to Devontae Smith. Smith's going to drive up, under,
nice.
Puts it up and in.
Good job. 6 points already for Devontae Smith in the second half.
3-pointer on the way. Good.
Wow.
Who was that?
That was Charles Oliver.
So Oliver hits it, and they go right back up at 12 at 59-47. Just when Cincinnati thought they were coming right back into it, Lakeland answers with a 3.
Yeah, and down at the other end, you saw Richard Smith not try to block that shot.
And Martin's going to take it all the way up and in.
Take it to him. If he's not going to D up on you, you got to keep taking it in there.
59-49. And he carried the basketball.
Again.
Carrying the basketball was Fleming, so it'll be a turnover. Fischel's going to check in. For Cincinnati coming back in will be Chaz Rollins for Lakeland. Smith's going to come out.
Yeah, and he came out, and there was 2 layups now that he did not contest. So if he's going to play that safe, then you got to keep going at him.
And Winston Gray is bringing the ball up the court. Maybe that's something that they changed up, Tom, here to let him bring the ball up to free up Thomas Jackson off screens. Winston Grays has it. It's going to drive all the way, and he pulls up for a shot. No good. And look at that. Marston with the rebound. Puts it up and in. How about that? And right away now it's a, excuse me, an 8-point game.
And that's 10 points for Marsden.
Ball's on the ground. Good job by Marsden. Gets it up to Fischel. Fischel's going to take it back out to Thomas Jackson. Fires up a 3-point shot. Good! Yeah! 3-point shot by Thomas Jackson. And how about that? It's a 5-point ball game.
That is a very nice little sequence there for Cincinnati State. Now you got to ride that, keep the momentum going.
And that's going to be 12. He fakes a 3-pointer, brings it back out. Cincinnati. There's a 3-point attempt on the way, and Fischel's going to run it down. How about that? So Thomas Jackson quickly coming down. He's going to watch behind him. And he has it at the top of the key. Cincinnati only down 5.
Oh, man, there was nobody on him.
And Jackson looking to try to get a screen. He does get one. And he's going to pop a 3-pointer.
Oh!
Good!
Guess who's showing up
How
to the
about
party?
that? 59-57.
Guess who's showing up at the party?
Great call by Coach Tate Heaven, and Winston Grays bring the ball up the court.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. It's kept their defensive pressure further back. It's easier for Winston to bring it up, and now you're right. Thomas Jackson has a little more freedom to get his shot off with only one guy on him.
So great second half surge by the Surge.
Nice.
How about that?
Man, that is unbelievable. I don't know how you came up with that.
That is just witty.
But you know what? Devontae Smith, 3 for 3 second half, 6 points. Marsden, 2 for 2 with 2 huge offensive rebounds in the second half. And Thomas Jackson, 2 for 2 from behind the arc, second half. Unbelievable start. You couldn't ask for anything more in the first couple minutes.
And you gotta believe the confidence level for them now is just skyrocketing. And that'll be a big factor. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is when they played down at Lakeland, it was the same thing. They were kind of down, I think, by 10 or points or so, kind of made a run at them and ended up losing by 1.
Yeah, I think right now Marsden has got to stay aggressive, and they have to avoid that cheap foul that puts him back on the bench. They need him in the game right now.
So Cincinnati kind of putting on a little bit of pressure, but not really, just man-to-man pressure. Now they're going to trap when he gets to the corner. Bringing it up is going to be Medley, who was hot in that first half. And Tyler Fischel's guarding him.
I know. Hey, I'll tell you what. He did a good job earlier in the game. He was guarding Bodie, who's much quicker.
And throwing not a good
Jackson.
shot there by Fleming. And Jackson has the basketball. Jackson bringing it up the side. And he's trying to get the act job on him.
He's getting fouled, though.
And Gray's going to fire up a shot. It is no good.
Marsden.
And Marsden puts it up and in.
Know what I'm
and it
saying.
ties the score up here at 59.
Krishawn Marsden, Dan, is 6 for 6 from the field on this game. And that's a foul. But great job by Marsden again.
Foul's going to be on number 15, and that is going to be on Devontae Smith. That'll be his first.
Do we have another pen anywhere?
You can use mine. Just give it to me so I can mark my.
Use the highlighter.
To mark
Your
my
fouls. Just use that.
Big time here, Tommy. Big time. And he hits a free throw. Lakeland's going to go up by 1 now. It's like Winston Gray's going to sit down. Jamal Ivory back into the ballgame. Free throw on the way. Good. So he hits both of them, and they go up back by 2 at 61-59.
So Oliver now 7 of 8 from the free throw line.
Thomas Jackson has the ball, man-to-man for Lakeland. Jackson trying to set up his offense. Going to go off to his left. Looking inside to Tyler Fischel. Fischel squares up to the basket. It's going to drive all the way in. Goes up an off-balance shot. No good. Tipped up, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll go to Lakeland. Probably not a good shot for Fischel.
Well, the only problem with the shot was when he went in a lane, there was 3 guys around him, so somebody had to be open.
And there's going to be a foul.
That's
going to be on Marsden. Look at that pretty. Yellow highlighter. On the line will be Rollins. Free throw good. Cincinnati just took a brief 2-point lead at 59-57. And now Lakeland's going to go ahead and get back up on top here at 61-59. Free throw in and out, no good. Rebounded by Smith. Cincinnati down here by 2, 59-61. It's going to be a kick ball. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with Cincinnati. Looks like Lakeland might have a guy cramping up.
It's Bodie kind of holding his toe.
What? What's he trying to do?
I don't know. Oh, he's asking what the official score.
Oh, 62-59.
Oh, yeah.
It is 62-59.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did have 61 up there at first, but yeah, it is 62-59. That is horrible. Giving it back now to Bodie. Bodie's going to take it all the way up and in. That is just unacceptable. You can't even throw a ball inbounds.
Yeah, very lackadaisical right there, and it cost him 2 points.
64-59, and that's going to be
nice.
Fischel's going to put it up and in. 64-61, 15-32. Coming down as Medley. He's going to get it inside. And it's Robbins throwing up a shot. It is no good. Devontae Smith gives it to Jackson. And there's going to be a foul on number 4, and that's going to be on Bodie. And Bodie's going to have...
I got him for 3.
So do I. I've got him for 3.
You got 2 pens and a highlighter. That's 3, Dan.
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete.
We can adapt to anything.
Mrs. I think that was my art prowess is from Mrs. Zanto. Good. In middle school. Thomas Jackson has the ball now. Jackson throws a bad pass.
Goodness.
Coming down the other way. Oh!
Good block, really.
That
I mean,
was
at
a
least
great
he got the
block by
ball.
Fischel.
You can't call that. No way can you call that intentional foul. Or flight. No way. He got the ball.
Foul's going to be on number 24. And that'll be Fischel's second foul.
Yeah, that's 2 passes now in the last 3 possessions that are very lackadaisical. You just can't do that. Lakeland is too quick.
Free throw on the way. Good.
So Banton now with 3 points from the free throw line in the second half. He had 9 in the first.
Free throw on the way. Good. So he makes both of them, and it's a 5-point ball game here at 66-61. Ivory gives it back to Fischel. Fischel gives it to Devontae Smith. He spins. He turns. No way!
No, come on. You've got to be kidding me. There is no way that's a charge. Come on.
Devontae Smith with the steal, lays it up and in.
We deserve that one anyway. Ridiculous. Devontae now with 8 in the second half, 13 overall.
12 is going to take it all the way up, lay it up and in is going to be Oliver.
Dan, I don't know, man. That press is giving up too much.
And Tomachak gives it back to Ivory. Ivory's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good.
Good job
getting
by
the rebound
Marshall.
is Marshall. Puts it up and in.
I'm saying.
68-65. We got ourselves a ball game here, Tommy. And coming down is going to be Bodie. Going to take it all the way back. And he got it rejected by Nick Robinson. He might have got fouled, Tom.
Yeah,
excuse me, that was Devontae Smith.
I think he fouled him on the follow-through. The shot had already been blocked, but he did foul him on the follow-through. Not called. And Cincinnati State kind of hold it. Marshall and Marsden have come up big here in the second half.
68-65, running by, oh my goodness, how about that by Medley?
Tell you what, he's on fire. He is 8 of 9 from the field. He now has 20 points, 18 in the first half. But I'll tell you what, when they've needed a basket, Martell's been the man for them so far.
70-65 our score. We thought, Tommy, you think about that three-pointer by Winston Graves was huge at the end of that half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, and it was a hustle play. He could have very easily just sat there and watched the ball roll out of bounds, but he hustled back in and got it. Got off a three, and right now, Cincinnati State's shooting the ball much better, but most of their shots have been inside the semicircle right by the basket.
$70-65 Cincinnati coming back as they were down 12 or 13 at halftime and had a quick answer in that second half. And they're trying to give Lakeland their first loss of the year in the conference, and they're only their 5th loss too. Cincinnati comes in at 16-7, 3-4 in the conference. Lakeland comes in 18-4 and 7-0. So, unfortunately, the Withrow band is gone for the night.
Yeah, right now Devontae Smith playing with a ton of energy. He's got 4 layups in the second half, and they're hitting the offensive glass with a passion right now. Marsden, Marshall, Fischel, and Devontae Smith have come up huge with offensive rebounds.
So Cincinnati taking the ball out of bounds, trying here 70-65. Plenty of time in this ball game, 14:09 to go. And I believe we're going to break the mark of 80-79 in the last game between these two teams.
Yeah, I think so.
Jamal Ivory bringing the ball up the court. Oh, that could have been over in the back. Got it to Fischel. Fischel gets it over to Devontae Robinson. He gets fouled as he's going to the basket.
Man, he's on a
mission.
He is taking it right at whoever's under the basket right now. So it's on Rollins.
So Rollins, he's going to pick up 3 now. Devontae Smith will be on the line to shoot 2. Now, I'm kind of interested to see that Smith hasn't come back into the ball game.
No, they took him out after those 2 layups that he gave up without any defense. But, I mean, obviously eventually he's going to be back in there, I would think. And Devontae now with, what's he got, 14 points.
So Smith on the line, ready for his second free throw. Free throw's up, and it is good.
All right.
So it's only a 3-point ball game here at 70-67. And quickly coming down is going to be Medley. He's going to take it. He gets triple teamed. Get it to Bodie. Bodie has it. Cincinnati's still staying in that man-to-man. Bodie has it. Try to get it inside. It's going to go out of bounds. I think it went off. I thought it went off of.
I don't think it made it to Rollins. I didn't think it got that far. I think it was tipped before that.
So Fleming's going to check in. How about this? Fleming is from Woodbridge, New Jersey on this Lakeland team. That's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, it is. Not in your backyard, so to speak.
And getting the ball is going to be Banton. Banton's going to go up and under. Nice move by Banton. Cincinnati just can't get a defensive stop, Tom. Right when they get back into this ball game, they can't make a stop.
Yeah, you're looking at a very talented Lakeland team, no question about it.
Fischel's going to give it up to Devontae Smith.
Layup.
He's going to lay it up and in.
Danny's 5 for 5 in the second half.
You know what? If you're Cincinnati State, you're kind of feeling good by the way you're playing in the second half. Oh, a block, but it's going to be tipped up and in by Rollins. They just cannot get that stop.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson quickly coming down the middle, gives it up to Fischel. Fischel fakes a three-pointer, brings it back out. Oh, not a good pass. Gives it up to Medley. He
walked.
Traveled. And Medley's going to get it down low into Rollins. They didn't call a foul? Are you kidding me? And Jamal Ivory's going to have the basketball. And Ivory almost gets hammered, but he doesn't get it. And it's Thomas Jackson. Jackson's going to drive all the way, and he gets fouled and almost puts it up and in. Foul's going to be on 3, and that's going to be Fleming. That'll be his 3rd. Cincinnati trailing here 74-69. On the line will be Thomas Jackson. Jackson's free throw. Oh, he almost didn't put it in, but he does. And checking in will be Winston Grays, is relieving Fischel. Great job by him. And then also coming in will be number 2, Deshaun Robinson for Lakeland.
Yeah, once again right now, you can't fault the way they're playing. They're playing a good game. And Lakeland's a very talented team, but you can't afford the sloppy turnovers that they've had also.
Absolutely not. Cincinnati's going to do a double team, and they do. They're going to have to hurry up and get the ball across. And they quickly do. They give it to Rollins, and he's going to go up and put it up and in. Seriously? Oh, can you believe that falls in?
You got to be kidding me.
He wasn't even ready for that one. 76-71 with 12:20 to go in this ball game. Thomas Jackson's going to drive, take it all the way to the basket, place it up and in. Tom, the defense is kind of laxing for both teams here in the second half.
Yeah, you're right.
Stealing by Devontae Smith.
Again. Are you serious?
Takes it to the basket. His shot is no good. They needed to make that, Tom. Coming all the way. Shot is no good.
They don't stop.
And it's going to go out of bounds. It should go to Cincinnati. Yep, and it's going to go to Cincinnati.
Well, for Medley, that's only the second miss of the game for him from the field. So Cincinnati State a chance right here to get closer after a Lakeland turnover.
76-73.
There you go.
Thomas Jackson going to drive all the way, and he got it rejected big time.
Goodness. That one you almost could catch in the air, I think.
Absolutely. Hey, zoom in just a little bit.
Now you've got Chaz Rollins and Charles Smith or Richard Smith in the game at the same time. So the middle is going to be very tough to come by points in there.
And Jamal Ivory's going to fire up a shot from the wing. Sir. He puts it up and in.
It's contagious.
And it's 76-75. Got to come up with a stop here.
Watch underneath. Underneath.
Medley, and they get it out. There it is. Puts it up and in. And that is going to be Rollins who puts it in. 78-75. Cincinnati trailing by 3.
That's 17 for Chaz Rollins, now over his average.
Thomas Jackson's going to give it over to Ivory. Ivory's been kind of quiet here today, Tommy. Ivory's going to give it up back to Thomas Jackson. Got 18 on the shot clock. Jackson gets it. Got 12 on the shot clock. Comes off to his right. He's going to fake a three-pointer. Give it up to Winston Grays. Grays gets it down in the corner. And that's Ivory. He's going to pull up, throw up a shot off the glass. No good.
Good job.
And
good
he's going to get it out to Thomas Jackson. He should have thought that three. Ivory for a three-pointer. Oh, in and out. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Rollins. He's going to give it up now. Nice shake and bacon by Lakeland. He walked with the basketball.
Grab it.
Rollins gets it inside. Unbelievable that they did not call a walk on that. That is absolutely ridiculous. So Smith and Rollins back in at the same time. Thomas Jackson has it off to his left. Cincinnati trailing by 5.
Can definitely see how they average 93 a game.
Absolutely. Thomas Jackson has it. Going off to his left, brings it back, and are they going to call a screen or are they going to call a foul?
That's 4 on Fleming.
Looks like we got Marston, Fischel, and Robinson checking in for Cincinnati.
And he's sticking with him. Fleming staying in the game with 4 fouls. I guess he feels he's done a really good job on Jackson. Well, now they're putting number 2 on Jackson. Robinson's back on him.
Gray's going to fire up a three-pointer from the corner.
Yes,
good!
Sir. His 4th of the game.
80-78. 2-point ball game. They got a triple team. Oh, coming right to the basket. Oh!
Hello!
Jamming it in. How about that?
Mr. Banton, nice dunk.
Wow. That's a way to answer. Thomas Jackson. Oh, surprised he's not shooting more three-pointers, Tommy.
Yeah, he's definitely had a few that he's passed up.
Winston Graves gives it up to Robinson. He's going to fire up a shot. No good. And there's Marston, puts it up and in.
I'll tell you what, he's playing one heck of a ball game. He is now 7 for 7 from the field.
No defense at all in this ball game,
right
82-80.
They do not stop.
And that's going to be 3, is shooting the basketball and then putting it up and in.
That's his hustle right there. That's all that was right there. That's hustle. And he wanted it worse than Cincinnati State did.
Gray's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And Marston's going to put it up and in.
Are you serious? You got to be
kidding. Did they call a foul?
I don't think so.
Oh, they called a full timeout.
Marston 8 for 8 from the field, 16 points. Unreal. But down here, you can't let Lakeland get that. You're letting Darren Banton get in there with the big boys and get a rebound and a stick back. You can't allow that in a game like this. But Lakeland doesn't even hesitate. They get the ball, and it doesn't matter who has it. They just go.
84-82 is our score. We've had a great ball game here. And it's obviously going to come down to the very end again.
Yeah, right now Cincinnati State, Devontae Smith with 17, Krishawn Marsden with 16. For Lakeland, you have Chaz Rollins with, 10, 18, 19. Chaz Rollins, Darren Banton has 16, 17, he's got 18. So I'll tell you what, man, there's some players that can light it up on this court right now. Well, I'm sure when Lakeland got on the bus to come here, they knew that they were going to have their hands full with a Cincinnati State team trying to prove a point, even though they're 4 games back. The season's not over. You still got to play for a seed, and having a tournament on your home floor is an even added bonus for you.
And I'd hate to be, the teams, these teams thinking that a pushover on Cincinnati, and they're starting to get healthy, and they're playing on their home court. It's going to be a hard task for any of these teams to beat Cincinnati not only once in a league, but twice in a year.
Yeah.
Lakeland up by 2 at 84-82, 8:45 to go here in this ball game.
Yeah, right now, Dan, you talked about it multiple times. They have got to find a way to get defensive stops.
And Cincinnati still going to stay in a man-to-man. And they got the ball. They got 15 on the shot clock. Pulling up, throwing up a jump shot. Good. Wow.
My goodness. And I thought that was a great defensive play right there, making them shoot that.
It was. They're going to have to hurry up and get the ball in. Get it to Thomas Jackson. Jackson quickly coming down the other way. Almost a 5-second. Nice pass to Fischel in a corner. Throws up a shot. No good. And not a good shot, Tom.
Oh, man.
So they've got to get a defensive stop, and then at the other end, they've got to answer every time here because it's going to come down to the very end. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Smith, who's going to give it back now to Robinson. Robinson's going to give it to Smith.
Nice.
They lay it down low.
That's
nice
beautiful.
pass
you can't
inside.
Beat that. That's great offense right there by Lakeland, and Banton is now 4 for 4 in the second half.
Just like that, they got it back up to 6 at 88-82. And they get it inside to Nick Robinson. He's going to put it up and in.
First point.
That was a great job by Thomas Jackson coming down the middle and getting it to Nick. 88-84, 7:21 to go in this ball game. And that is going to be Bodie bringing the ball up court for Lakeland. Going to go off spin, kicks it back now. Spinning, out of control, throws it up off the glass, up and in. Are you kidding me? Banton's going to put it up and in.
My goodness.
They've got to be shooting 50, 60% from the field.
Yeah, and that gives Banton 23 now on the ball game.
And Thomas Jackson coming off a screen.
No, he's carrying it.
And he kicks it out in the corner for Fischel. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good. And we thought Martin had it, but he didn't get it. And that was Smith with the rebound.
Look out.
Coming down the other way, and that's Banton. Banton throws up a shot, and he's going to be a charge call or a blocking?
I think it's going to be a block. No, it's on Marsden coming from behind. So that's 4 on Marsden. That's going to hurt because he's been on fire. So he's going to have to come out. Marshall. No, it's not Marshall coming in. I can't see who's down there.
So Banton will be on the line. He's having an unbelievable game here today. Free throw's no good. Devontae Smith's coming in, Nick Robinson. We saw Devontae really lead the surge here for him as he just caught fire in that second half to get them on that run.
Yeah, and he's leaving Marsden in it, looks like, with 4 fouls.
Free throw, no good. So he misses both free throws. Oh my God, are you kidding me? You know, that's part of your point guard to go get the ball.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush the ball up the court. I think you got to take care of the ball, especially when the team you're playing is shooting unbelievably well. You got to treasure every possession that you get.
And just missed 2 free throws.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati going to stay in that man-to-man, 90-84. Get the ball up high to Oliver. Oliver has it, trying to set up the offense. Oliver in between the 2 circles.
No way.
Throws up an off-balance shot, no good. And Thomas Jackson with the rebound. Jackson's going to give it up now to Devontae Smith. Smith up, under, good. How about Devontae Smith? He took it right to Smith.
19 for Devontae Smith.
90-86. We have a 4-point ball game. Driving in is going to be Bodie. Bodie's going to throw it off, and it's going to be a charge call.
Thank you. Good job. Devontae taking a charge.
And Bodie's going to pick up 4.
Great help defense right there, number 15. That is a great defensive stand right there. Now the door's open. You got to take advantage of this possession.
And that'll be Chaz Rollins checking back into the ball game. Get the ball into Thomas Jackson. Cincinnati trailing here 90-86. 5:43 to go in this ball game. Again, man-to-man for Lakeland. Swing it over to Devontae Smith to Fischel. Winston Grays needs to catch fire too, Tom.
Yeah, he's been quiet for a while.
And Thomas Jackson has it at the top of the key. He's going to drive all the way into the basket. Takes it strong to the hole. How about that? And we have a 2-point ball game at 90-88.
14 for Thomas Jackson.
90-88. Cincinnati trailing the 11th ranked team in the country.
Walk.
Yep,
Thank you.
yes, sir. And he got hurt, Tom.
I think he took like almost a knee to the.
No, either that or he just mad that he walked.
Yeah, he's good.
So, hey, you needed a defensive stop, turnover, something that happened there. So now they've got to take advantage of this and try to score. I mean, because we are getting down to the nitty-gritty with 5:09 or 5:08 to go here in this game. Why is Thomas doing that?
I don't know.
Thomas Jackson at the point being guarded by Medley. Get over to Grays. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. And getting the rebound high is going to be Banton. And they couldn't answer, Tom. They needed to, and they couldn't answer.
No.
Goes up an off-balance shot. No good. Tipped up and in, but it's going to be Devontae Smith with the rebound.
Be smart. Pick it there. Terrible spot to pick the ball up.
There's going to be a timeout called by Coach Tate. But it looks like Fischel might have got hurt.
Once again, though, Dan, right there, hold the ball in the backcourt.
Yep,
let your guard come get the ball. There's no reason to rush it down the court. And then he picks up his dribble in the corner. You add 2 defenders when you do that, and they're forced to call a timeout that they may need down the road here.
Here we go. Always gets me fired up,
just
Tommy.
That time. It's time for a little rocky. But, yeah, right now, Cincinnati State, man, it's a battle to keep Lakeland off the scoreboard. They have so many weapons, and they're so athletic. Even when you're playing good defense, they're coming up with good shots.
90-88 is our score. We're going to take this down to the wire. Cincinnati State, as we said, trying to upset the number 11th ranked team in the country at Lakeland. They lost to them earlier this year, 80-79, but they didn't have Thomas Jackson. They didn't have Ivory. And but I'll tell you what, Devontae Smith has been a huge factor along with Fischel and Martson both too.
Yeah, Devontae's 6 of 7 in the second half. He's probably got about 5 steals. But, you know, the thing about this game, Dan, is after Cincinnati State went on the road and beat Sinclair, and then they beat Edison, who they had lost to already, everybody in the league is going to be looking at the score on this game because they're gonna know, okay, where does Cincinnati State really stand now?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. If they get a W here, it doesn't just affect Lakeland. It's going to get in everybody's head that, you know what, this is a different team than we saw earlier in the year.
We have 4:35 to go in this ball game. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rondell McMillan as Rondell has dropped down and given us about 25 push-ups during this song. Give it to Winston Grays. Grays coming off to his left, spins back to his right. Man-to-man for Lakeland. Gray's going to give it to Devontae Smith. Oh, my God. It's not what you want out of a timeout, Tom.
You know, that's a good foul by Ivory right there, I think.
That is just frustrating coming out of a timeout.
Not only coming out of timeout, but you're at that point where you're looking to tie or possibly take the lead once again, and you turn it over, and now they're sitting at the free throw line.
So Baden having a huge game on the free throw line. He puts in one. So that was a big turnover by Cincinnati. Baden ready for a second free throw. Makes them both. 92-88. Cincinnati again is going to have to try to answer to not let Lakeland go on a little bit of a run.
Darren Banton now with 25 for Lakeland.
Thomas Jackson is out of the ball game. Oh, my God. Winston Grays gets the ball. He's going to drive in, kick it out to Ivory. Ivory fakes a three, pulls up at the elbow, throws up a shot. No good. Not a very good shot at all.
Yeah, that wasn't.
And there's nobody back on defense. And they're going to take it in and slam it home.
Charles Oliver with a dunk on the other end.
And Jamal Ivory, just not a very good shot. He's going to drive all the way in, out of control, and getting the ball and lay it. Oh, it almost gets fouled, and that's going to be Fischel that is going to be on the line to shoot two.
I think it's on Rollins, which will be 4. They need these 2 free throws big time. And once again, you know, just can't seem to get over that little hump.
Free throw on the way by Fischel. Puts it in.
A perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
Thomas Jackson, and Jamal Ivory is not, body language is not good, and he's also, I think he's very upset with himself that he isn't, he didn't make a shot. I'm sure he's not happy with the last shot he took.
Yeah, actually, you know, I think if you're going to shoot it, he could have taken that 3-point shot wide open. Nobody was out there. Instead, he drove and had to create himself a new jump shot.
So free throw is not good by Fischel, and Lakeland has the ball up here 94-89 with 3:28 to go in this ball game. And it's going to be Medley. He's going to fire up a shot off the glass. No good. And throwing up a shot, no good. And fighting for it is Cincinnati and Martson. And what are they going to say? Jump ball. And possession is going to go where? It's going to stay here with Lakeland.
Well, they're just battling in there with Rollins. Rollins just refused to give in on that and kept knocking the ball out of Marsden's hands.
94-89, 3:13 to go. What a great game we've had here so far tonight. Get it on the wing. There's going to a 3-point attempt on it. Oh, my goodness. Three-pointer by Oliver. They've hit some big shots, Tom, and now they're back up at 97-89.
24 for Oliver.
Thomas Jackson has it, gets it over to Devontae Smith. He's going to drive all the way in. He got fouled. No shot was no good. Devontae with the rebound. Puts up a shot up and in.
Tell you what, he has played his butt off in the second half.
97-91. Cincinnati's going to really have to make a stop here. 2:32 to go in this ball game. And they get it inside. And throwing it up, and shot was no good, and it's rebounded by Winston Grays.
Don't force anything.
Gray's going to give it up to Devontae Smith. He loses control. Marsden throws it up and in.
The man on the spot. Danny's 9 for 9 from the field.
Wow, 97-93, and again, it's a 4-point ball game, and again, they're going to have to make a big-time stop. Getting ready to go under 2 minutes to go here in this ball game.
And you got to remember, Marsden underneath has 4 fouls, along with Rollins.
That's going to be a foul on Thomas Jackson, I believe. Jackson, yep. Jackson and also number 12 were going at it, and that was Oliver.
And all that did was prevent a dunk because Rollins faked out Marsden out top, and he was wide open under the basket. You just, let Rollins get it 15 feet away. You can't let him go back door and be wide open for a dunk.
Free throw on the way. Good.
25 points for Oliver, 25 points for Banton, and 20 for Rollins. So
wow.
Tough
both
team.
Free throws. 99-93 is our score. 1:48 to go in this ball game. And Cincinnati's really going to have to make a basket and make a big-time stop down there defensively if they want to win this game.
Yeah, you've got time to work for a good shot, though. You don't force a 3. Wait till you get an open 3 and take it.
Devontae Smith's going to drive all the way in, lays it up and in.
Unreal second half. Unreal.
That's a 4-point ball game, so it's a 2-possession ball game.
8 of 9 from the field in the second half. Unbelievable for Devontae Smith.
And they're going to get it over now to, they're going to give it back to Medley. No, Medley doesn't get it. Taking it all the way, nice stop, and to get it in. Oh!
That's 5 on Marsden. Boy, I don't know. That was pretty cool. He hit him in the head, they said, because he certainly had a lot of ball. Marsden fouls out with 18 points.
But what a great game he played.
Perfect from the field. Yeah, I would have to say that's probably the best game he's played all year. Or most productive game, let's put it that
Absolutely.
way. So 4-point game with Chaz Rollins on the line. He's 1 of 2.
Rollins on the line. Jeez, oh Pete. This team is a very good basketball team.
Yeah, very talented. Very talented.
So they've hit the 100 mark there, 100-95. Rollins again. Good, makes both of them. That does some big free throws there. 101-95. 3-possession ball game here. We're at 108, 106 to go here in this game. Jackson flips it over to Ivory. Ivory over to Winston Grays. Grays to Ivory. Ivory's going to fire up a 3-point shot.
He didn't even look comfortable taking that. And he got Winston Grays on the other side. Yeah, if you're not comfortable taking that shot, don't take it. I mean, he was chasing that down the minute he left his hand.
Well, the only thing, he comes right into the ball game and he fires it up right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see him drive in and kick it back out to Winston on the wing.
So Thomas Jackson's going to pick up foul number 4. Free throw good. 102-95. Free throw again on the way. Good, he makes both of them. That could do it, Tommy.
Yeah, 15 out of 18 from the free throw line is Lakeland in the second half. And, yeah, you're right. I just don't think they have the firepower right now.
Jackson's going to kick it. Not a good pass. Official he's going to drive all the way in, and he got his shot rejected.
Yeah,
Devontae Smith gets it, and he's going to throw it up and in. 103 to almost a steal.
Official almost came up with a huge steal.
And there's going to be a foul on Devontae Smith.
I think that referee was very close to calling an intentional foul right there because he went with his elbows like that. I don't know. It's very close.
On the line will be number 11, Banton, who has had a heck of a game here today. Free throw good. 104-97 with 29 seconds to go, and Lakeland's going to escape out of here of a late first half. I mean, a great second half surge by Cincinnati, but they just cannot prevail and come out with a victory. And the story of today's game is there's been absolutely no defense.
Not much, I'll tell you. Neither team came up with anything great on that end.
Jackson's going to drive all the way in. His shot was no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll go to Cincinnati.
Yeah, right now you need something behind the arc. With only 22.8, you're down 8 points. It's got to come in threes, not twos.
Thomas Jackson's going to get it into Ivory. Ivory's going to pull all the way up, give it into Devontae Smith. He's going to fire up a shot. It got blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will go to Lakeland, and that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the Lakeland. It is 105-97. And that's going to be it, and they're going to be a foul, and Thomas Jackson's going to foul out of the ball game.
He's going to foul out with 14 points.
Lionel Hill's going to check in for him, so it's all academic here except for the score. Cincinnati had a great effort here in the second half, Tom, much better than they did in that first half.
Yeah, no question. Devontae Smith was obviously the one that got it going, and he kept it going the whole half. I mean, he played an incredible second half. Marsden played an incredible second half. I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough because these guys just have so many weapons. You know, are you going to find four guys that aren't hitting shot? I mean, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yep, makes both free throws, and it's 107-97 is our score. Oh, my God,
play.
What a job.
You talk about a coach happy right there. I guarantee you that's one of the plays that coach will pick in this whole game tape and say, this is what's going to win us the tournament right here. That kind of play right there.
Absolutely, and that's just really, again, it shows you the day, what they've done, lazy, silly things like that, and that was just crazy. There's a guy right there. Don't roll it on the ground.
Well, if you roll it on the ground, it takes longer to bend over and pick it up. Why not throw it to where it's bouncing and you can grab it and go? It's harder for the guy to bend over and pick it up anyway. What does that do for you? But you're right. They came up. They had lackadaisical passes at the wrong times, and it cost them. It cost them big time. And, you know, unfortunately, that right now they didn't have the firepower to keep up with this very talented Lakeland team. No question about it.
10 seconds to go in the game. Cincinnati trailing 107-97. And Cincinnati's just going to let them run it out. And they do, and we'll go down and join Coach Tate here in a few minutes. And that's our final score, 107-97. So I'll go down and talk to Coach Tate.
Yeah, so you got Lakeland comes into Cincinnati State and continues their roll. They won their 12th game in a row. They go to 8-0 in the league. And Cincinnati State will drop to 3-5 in the league. And, you know, just a very talented Lakeland team. And they did a good job of holding off Cincinnati State. 107-97, led by Charles Oliver, 23, Medley with 20, Banton with 28, Chaz Rollins with 21. So incredibly talented team all the way around. Devontae Smith had a huge second half. I believe he ended up with 24. So they did a really, really good job of coming in here and taking care of business and holding on. Now 8-0 in the league. And we'll go down to Dan with Coach Tate.
All right, I'm down here with Coach Tate. And Coach, first half probably wasn't the half that you wanted to have. You came out of second half, played very, very well, but they're a very, very good basketball team.
They're a very solid basketball team, and I told my team they're a veteran team, and they got 7 guys back from last year's team that went to the Nationals. So they don't get caught up into the swarm of your defense. They're going to take their time and get what they want. We just came out and we got behind the 8 ball early in the game, and I got a lot of guys. We just started to put 10 guys back together, so we just got to get our continuity together. And we still got 4 or 5 games left that we're going to make a push for it.
Gotta love the way Devontae Smith played today. Fischel played today. Martson. You had some of those guys that struggled earlier in the year. played very well for you today.
Those guys, man, they've been working hard. They all three of them are freshmen, so that's a good thing. But every day they bring their hard hat, and they put the work in every day. And we're gonna get better from this, and we'll be better for tournament. We'll be ready for tournament.
That's one question I was getting ready to ask you is obviously there's no shot at winning the league. How do you keep those kids focused?
Well, they know that I told them we got 5. I told them 2 games ago we got 7 games to get ready for 3 games. So we already know we're gonna probably have an extra game going into the tournament. So these next 5 games, we're going to take them, get ready, get healthy, and try to get ready for tournament.
No time to rest. You got to play Columbus State on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing them.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. All right, there's Coach Tate joining us, and Cincinnati lose a heartbreaker here, 107-97, and got to regroup and come back and play Wednesday against Columbus State. So we're going to wrap it up for today. Cincinnati State loses again, and we'll play Columbus. So for Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rhonda McMillan, you've been watching Cincinnati State basketball on USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television. Good night, everybody.